Welcome to PeopleTools Tech Tips. I'm Randy Groncki. Today, we're going to embed Insights dashboards into a PeopleSoft Fluid page. If you're still here, you want to learn more about embedding Insights dashboards into PeopleSoft Fluid pages. Welcome. Insights dashboards are a fantastic way to provide visual context and meaning to your users' data. However, these dashboards have been separated from our transaction data, requiring users to navigate away from their current work areas to see the pretty charts. But not anymore. With PeopleTools 861, we can now embed Insights dashboards directly into related content, Fluid pages, and Fluid work centers. This means we can meet users where they are in their workflow and provide a relevant Insights dashboard right beside their data. In this video, we'll walk you through the process of embedding an Insights dashboard into a Fluid page. Oracle published a PeopleSoft Spotlight series video on Insights embedding on January 2025. Links to that video are here and in the notes below. If that video is a better learning experience for you, great. Stop watching me and go right there. As always, all the objects I used in this demonstration are available at PeopleToolsTechTips.com and our GitHub site, PeopleTools Tech Tips. Links are in the notes below. Now, those objects require a little bit more work than our regular projects. You'll have to import the Insights objects with the JSON files. The search definitions and other objects are there, but you will have to complete the setup and extract the data to OpenSearch. The scope for this video is just us embedding our Insights dashboard into Fluid pages, creating search definitions, queries, security, extracting data, index patterns, visualizations, and dashboards are outside the scope today. This tutorial assumes those are all created and working. The dashboards we will use have all been imported and assigned role security. Let's see where we're going to before we start. Our demonstration is based on the demo HCM employee data in PUM 50. Here's our custom page showing an employee's training. We're going to make a new page to show employee training data and embed two Insights dashboards, a bar chart showing the types of course this employee has taken, and a grid listing the training detail for this employee. Those dashboards will link to this larger dashboard containing 3 Insights charts. Here's our final product before we start, a PeopleSoft Fluid page with 2 Insights dashboards embedded. The dashboard data is automatically filtered to the page keys. Clicking on either of the chart takes us to the larger third dashboard in Insights. The filters from the page flow through to this full Insights dashboard. Now, let's embed the first dashboard. I've already created our base page and registered the component. All we have is a search page and a very basic employee data. We'll add a group box for the bar chart and assign it a record and field name for work record. Make sure to get the group box type to related content. Add a style class to force the dashboard to use 100% of its allotted space. Next, we'll add another group box around the first one to control the dashboard size on the page. This step ensures that the embedded dashboard displays correctly. This forces the dashboard to use its available height and width. You will have to play with these numbers to make sure your dashboard fit properly, but more on that later. Let's look at our page again now that we've added group boxes for the embedded dashboards. There's no difference in the page. We just added a group box, but we haven't yet configured what should appear. So let's embed our dashboard in the configuration. Navigate to the Configure Insights Dashboards component. Then click on the Page Level tab. This is where we embed a dashboard into our page. Page name, our page. Component name, our component. Content reference. Use the right one if you use that page and component in more than one spot. Page field name. This comes from our related field on our related display group box. Page view. This is where we designate the smaller one chart dashboard to display on the page. Full view. This is the larger multi-chart dashboard that displays when the user clicks on the embedded dashboard. App class. We can use a PeopleCode app class to filter the chart data before it displays on the page. This is for filtering by external values. The app class will not have access to any data within the component. We will not be using the app class to filter our data in this demonstration. Select button. This is where you select the app class if you want one. Set filters. This is where we connect the filters on the dashboard to the keys of the page. We're allowed up to 3 filters. Here, I'm going to connect the employee ID from the page to the employee ID field on my search definition. Test configuration. This allows us to test our embedded dashboard in the target component. Finally, save the page and test. The page displays. The bar chart dashboard is pre-filtered to show only that employee's data. When a user clicks on the embedded dashboard, a new tab opens with the full dashboard with those same filters on the page, preserving the context of the data. And there you have it. We have successfully embedded an Insights dashboard into a fluid page. This powerful feature allows users to access critical data insights without leaving their workflow. Now, we're not limited to just one dashboard on our page. Let's add our second dashboard to the bottom of the page. Add our related content group box with those same 100% height class as before. Add our outer group box to a control dashboard size. This dashboard we want spanning most of the bottom of the page. Back to configure dashboards and add the grid dashboard to our page. Link in the filters. Test that out. Now we see our Insights data grid embedded at the bottom of the page. A quick word about actively applying styling class to force our dashboard into space you want. Here's an example of our upper right chart without any style classes, neither the related content group or the size and control box. In this case, the chart appears somewhat acceptable, but Insights isn't using the whole of the area to display the dashboard. It's a bit too narrow, only at the top of the page. Here it is using just the 100% style class in the related content. And here it is again with the outer group box controlling the height and width of the chart. I've had instances where the entire chart was squeezed into about a 1/4 inch unusable blob at the top of the page. There are limits to the height and width Insights can render a chart. Play with the sizes to see what serves your users best. Of course, we do have limitations. We can only embed Insights dashboards containing one chart. All chart types are available. The dashboard data is not dynamic. The user can't drill down into the data by clicking on the slices. I think the best way to think about this is embedding a pre-filtered Insights navigation tile on the page. All the data in the chart is coming from OpenSearch. It's linked to the page at configuration, but none of the data in that chart comes from the component. We can refresh the data with the embedded dashboard if the data in the page changes, but we can only filter by database table fields in the component, not work records. Dashboards must be a minimum size on the page, or they won't display correctly. This will vary depending on your embedded dashboard. As always, we must consider the implications of our new page on our PeopleSoft system. Even though a dashboard is embedded in the page, the Insights server is still engaged and generates the image for the PeopleSoft to display. If 2 or more dashboards are embedded, then the server is asked for 2 separate dashboards and does twice the work. This isn't a request for 1 dashboard with 2 visualizations, but 2 dashboards with 1 visualization each. A quick note about pivot grids. Pivot grids tend to be slow and plotting. They use PS query with security for every view and filter. Pivot grids don't filter on the current data. It re-executes the PS query with the new criteria every time. Click a filter and go to lunch. Are embedded dashboards a pivot grid killer? Not quite yet. They can be if we accept that all we get is an initial graphic before it takes us off to an Insights in a different tab. Provided properly provisioned OpenSearch and Insights servers, these dashboards can provide a much better user experience. There have been at least one public discussion from Oracle on making these embedded Insights dashboards fully functional in a future PeopleTools release, so stay tuned. There you have it. We have quickly embedded Insights dashboards in our PeopleSoft Fluid pages with a minimum of work and customization. How can you bring Insights data into your PeopleSoft pages for your users? Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to our channel, and we'll see you next time here on PeopleTools Tech Tips.
Dude, as presenter, you suck. You said you were acclaimed. Where? When I was 5, I played Robin for Halloween. I totally eclipsed Batman. My mother told me that I was the best Robin she'd ever seen. Your mother? Well, what about all the awards you said you got? Everywhere I went that day, people showered me with candy. There was no trick. I was only treat. Dude, you're fired. Get out of here. I'll go, but do you happen to have any candy?